Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good after evening. Where am I? Good evening. Let's look at lines, baby. Here we go. Late night picks. Sean Higgs coming at you. I don't even know what day it was, what time it was. Ready for a look at lines. I just realized, you know what? I'd even roll out for X. I was like, oh no, I want to do a YouTube link because it doesn't post up there for whatever reason. I don't get it. Not sure why. Any hoot, welcome on in. There we go. Mr. Weskers was here as soon as I made the room, 7 o'clock. Jake's in the house. Passed on betting night. Jake passed. I went 4-2. 2 doggy outrights. Delaware +8 winner outright. Weaver +6.5 doggy outright. Georgia State was a winner. Green Bay was a winner. Lost Drexel and Stony Brook. Look at this guy. Someone told me in my little Hoops with Higgs video, says I'm boring. I have no energy. I'm like, fella, why don't you come into Midday Money or look at lines? I got no energy. I was looking at past videos. Our 15-minute look at lines on Picks and Parlays, 750 views. I pulled one up when I was moving my parents. I was in my old bedroom on on winning free picks. 700 views on winning free picks for Midday Money. Now I get 100. Where the hell did everybody go? Where'd they go? Between picks and parlays, winning free picks, and I didn't even really put it on the Sean Higgs channel. 1,500 just for Midday Money. I was doubling up with look at lines. Where'd the people go? Someone's like, oh, well, you're doing videos again. I haven't stopped doing videos. Anyway, let's speaking of where people go, Marcos Minute Rundown. I got one game up on the site. If you're on the Sean Higgs YouTube premium side of things, you got it. And only one game other stuck out with me besides the other one. NCAA. I mean, I'm just going to run them all down here. I'll start with that game. NBA HBC game. 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Tonight, it's Friday, I guess. In Englewood, in the Forum. Give me NCAA and the points. Tampa, there's no right being a 3.5-point favorite. They go on the road, they get crushed by CAA teams. They shouldn't be favored here. Undeserving. Marcos Minute will do it straight rundown fashion. All the games in college basketball. Again, we're doing college basketball. We're talking basketball. What do you know about that song, anybody? Anybody know that? How about that? Anyone? Green Bay, best bet. What do we do tomorrow? We're going to roll tomorrow right now. Here we go. I just mentioned NCAA. Last game on the board. But we'll go through these other games as well. We'll go through them all, and then we'll get out of here. It'll be a nice 10 minutes, and then you can get some sleep if you're on the East Coast after midnight. Manhattan and Niagara, 2.5, 137.5. I would lean with the home team here. I actually kind of like the over if you're asking me which one I'd want to play, it would probably be the over on this one. I'm just at the 140 mark. Did I play it? No, but I like the over. Columbia and Pennsylvania. But Penn burned me the other day. I had them. Gave up a 3. The buzzer, whatever, a couple seconds left. Cost me a cover there. Short number here, too, at 2.5. I would actually lean a little Columbia here. I'd lean Columbia. Cornell and Princeton. This one's come down. This was 3.5 this afternoon, 157.5. Now it's 2.5, 156. Again, I would look to Princeton, the home team here. I'll take Princeton in the Ivy as a home dog. Siena and Quinnipiac, 3.5, 140, 3.5. Not really much movement on this one. Again, this is one of those kind of close call kind of games. If it was, in the 5.5, 6.5 point range, sure. 3.5. We've seen them. I've kept track. Close call games now. They were on a nice little run. They were 50-36, 46-34, 44-29. I mean, they were 15 games over 500. The close call games. They've dropped 7 straight, 54-47, the closies. Sometimes I've had them. Stony Brook was one. Again, do I want to jump into these 3.5s? Now, the other day, a couple days ago, Central Arkansas was plus 3.5. They won outright as a close call kind of game. Detroit was a big loser. Florida International was a big loser at 3.5. Northeastern was a big loser at 3.5. So do that as you will. I'd have to say no to Quinny right now. So it would be a Siena. Yale and Dartmouth, 9-152. It's gone up a little hair there. Again, Ivy to me, no thank you. St. Peter, Sacred Heart, 1.5, 147.5. That has not moved an inch since the opener. I need some kind of points. I don't like these 1-point games. Now, I did cash for Green Bay in a situation like that today, but Drexel got crushed. So I'd rather just leave my opinion out of that and save you some money. George Mason, George Washington. It is my top play for today. So if you're a YouTube premium member, if you got $2.99 in your pocket, you already got it. Otherwise, you got to pay $34.99 and go pay for it on site. Mount St. Mary's and Rider, 4.5, 140.5. I thought about taking Rider here, believe it or not. But then I came to my senses. I'm like, I'm not going to force something just to play it. That's not what we're doing here. Next game up. Iowa and Canisius. Can we call it Canisius? Iowa Canisius. 5.5, 138.5. I would lean with the home team here, the Golden Griffs. Again, I've only played one game, and the game that sort of was going to be played is the last game on the board. And it's crazy because on some days we'll have a bunch of games, and I love something on a short card today. Not as much. Brown and Harvard again, another Ivy matchup here. Harvard 8.5 point favorite, total 132.5. This would be like a borderline kind of Brown play. It's right in that kind of wheelhouse. But as I mentioned, the close call plays have dropped 7 in a row, and from being 15 games over 500, now 7 games over 500. So again, I didn't play Brown. It's there. It's in the box of close call playables. But you have to make a decision. You can play them all, or you can play none of them. In this case, we're going to play none of them tonight. Here's some marquee action. Michigan State and Wisconsin. 1.5-point favorite for Michigan on the road. Total 145.5. I do like Michigan State here. I am an Izzo guy. I like Sparty. We'll talk more about this on tomorrow's show at the midday money show tomorrow. St. Louis and Loshi. 18.5-point favorite for St. Louis. Listen, do I think they should win this by 20, 25 points? Yes. Do I want to lay 18.5? No. I don't lay 18.5. Ohio and Miami, Ohio. We have an undefeated team sighting here. Miami, Ohio, 10.5-point favorites. 163. This total's gone up 3 points. It was 160.5 this afternoon. So even I see a 164.5 out there. So if you like the over, looks like that is where you should be moving here. Take the over. UMass and Akron. Akron, the Zips, 13.5-point favorite. Total of 160.5. Absolutely no movement on this game here. Again, there's a lot of points where it could sort of interest me in UMass, but it's got nothing in any of my parameters that actually fit it for taking a dog here, though. UNLV and Boise. Boise, a 10-point favorite. 9.5-point favorite here. Total of 156.5. That dropped a point from the opener. I kind of like the under in this one. UNLV, I don't see him coming out here and scoring a bunch of points. This is probably going to make the card for tomorrow, UNLV. Whether it's a free pick or a premium, free pick for sure. For the total in this one with UNLV, free pick for sure. Maybe a premium. We'll see. And again, I mentioned at the top of the show here, NC A&T versus Hampton. The Aggies catching 3.5 from the Pirates. I will take the Aggies here again, 3.5. Neutral court game. Is it great for either team? I mean, they're East Coast teams playing in LA on their body clock. It's 2 a.m. But Hampton, not good on the road, not good on neutrals. Favorite, I'm going to take the dog. And this was like literally an eyelash away from being a play tonight. Late night winners. You know it. You know it. That's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. Jake's in the house. Is Late Night Money back to March Madness? I'll be here all the time if that's the case. We are back. We're rolling it out. That'll run through all the way through April. Unless, sure that something happens. That is more likely in the next week and a half here with regular kind of games. Like I was thinking there's not too many games tonight. Do I come in for a short schedule Friday? But when conference tournament starts on the 3rd, we'll be back every day. We'll have conference tournaments to talk about. That's what it's about. So we'll be back. Again, when I'm in Vegas those days, maybe I'll do something else. But we're back. Do you like Buc-ee's? Yeah, I guess it's sushi. Come on. How do you not like Buc-ee's? Buc-ee's is great. Stop Geo with a whole lot of emojis. Bug with the vet. What about Manhattan and Niagara? I sort of like Niagara in this one. I also, though, I think the over could be in play. I have this at 140. It's 137.5, Bug. I do like the over. Jake, see you when Late Night Money first started. Yeah, it started. As I mentioned, Corey Jones' first comment ever in the Midday Money Show. The Late Night Money. One person watching on the X. Look at that. We got somebody somehow watching on the X. I don't understand how it just shows up on the side now. You got to click on it. This doesn't scroll across the timeline. I had 9,500 views on Twitter, Super Bowl Sunday on the Picks and Parlays Twitter feed. Mr. Wesker's in the house. Thanks for joining, Mr. Weskers. I hear a lot of good things about Buc-ee's. Never been. Yeah, it's great. I mean, besides the fact the bathroom at Buc-ee's is probably cleaner than most people's bathrooms in their homes. And then they got Arnie Palmer's in plastic bottles for 99 cents. Excellent. And forget about the food. They do their own fudge, briskets, jerkies, all types of food there. You need clothing. It's wonderful. So you could dress yourself up as Bucky. There's plenty of clothes, house gear for your home. You need a deer stand. They got you. Whatever you need. Russ Benjamin hit my email back. He said, yes, episode 1 of Conspiracy Talk is a go. We'd love to have you as a guest host to moderate. First up, we're talking Arnold Rothstein in the pyramids. Did he really say he'd go on the show, Ross? Harvey Keitel? Favorite play tomorrow? I hate how go and give you like one game and it doesn't come in. My favorite one, I mean, I have a favorite one I bet, but if you're on EX, send me an email. I'll message me on the Twitter world, Bug. I'll give you my top play for people today, or you could be a YouTube premium member and get it. But my second favorite is NC-A&T. Vegas trip for March Madness. I'll be out for that week. Mr. Weskers. You come hunt me down from at Circa or Westgate, South Point. I'll probably be South Pointing Friday, Westgating Thursday, Circa probably Wednesday, Tuesday, be walking around. Always get a laugh off of ribbing him about some old-time conspiracies. Guys about as straight as a stick when it comes to that. Yeah. Gio, he loved it when we do the live shows. And or even when we do recordings, I'd bring it up. He'd get all cranky. But it's up to you. Have a good weekend. See you around. We're going to have a special guest on some night. Jesse Ross, Rob Vino. From in Vegas, I can do something in Vegas for a look at lines. And, just getting people on this show. You saw Super Bowl. I'm like, hey, I invited, again, Super Bowl Sunday, people are out, parties, gatherings, stuff like that. I understand. But you never know. I know March Madness kind of stuff, people could pop in. So I'm moving out of Cali, back to family, but I'd love to link up in the fall. Where you? Well, send me a message. Where are you going to be, Mr. Weskers? South Point on Thursday or Friday. Let me know. My daughter's coming back also. Let me know. It's probably going to be a Friday. Probably a Friday South Point day. That's probably where I'll come down for the afternoon games and stuff. Watch the games there. I still have I got to cash my Jets ticket. Got $940 something coming to me. All righty. And there we go. 20 minutes is perfect because then it's crazy. Again, I was doing 20-minute videos with 700 views back in the day. And back in the day, it was 2 years ago. I was skinnier too. I look like a mess. I gotta stop eating for a month. Anyway, midday May tomorrow. We'll talk more about these games. I'll probably add some official plays out onto the channel. Yesterday we just had a bunch we talked about. Today the same thing with the banners. NCAA. We'll see if we'll use it as an official. I didn't put any officials out yesterday. I just had a bunch of games. Said, hey, roll with all these. But Friday upstairs, that's what it is. What's downstairs? I don't have anything downstairs at the book. Yeah, see if we make it happen. You know, I got my guys out there, guys. Hey, Susie, we'll see what happens. We'll get something good for us. All right, everyone. Back Friday, midday money, noon Eastern time, if you're interested in watching. Good luck. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.